Hey everybody, I was thinking about a good subject for our tip of the week this week, and in talking with the agents, it seems like where there is a lot of fence sitters going on out there right now. So I thought I'd give some hints and tips about what I have done in the past and try to get people off the fence. So in working with buyers, the hardest part is trying to dig and find out what is the reason that's keeping them from doing anything. Now, of course, you got to keep in mind that life is happening. Right now they're back. Kids are back in school. They've got sports going on. They might have band. They might have a lot of different things going on that they're pretty busy with that. So life's happening. They're not really adjusted back into their routines yet. So that can have something to do with it. It can be upcoming weather, and nobody likes to move during the wintertime, so they're also thinking about that, what's going on right now. You really need to try to dig down and figure out what it is that they're holding, it's holding them back right now. And the best way to do that is get to be face to face with them. You can't do it over text message. You can't do it over an email. They're just going to be busy and they're going to ignore it, right? So anything that you can do, if you're working with the buyer and maybe you are selling their backup house, maybe see if you can get over there to get outdoor pictures before the leaves are all off the tree. See if you can get over there to do some staging, do some get ready tips and things like that. Bottom line is I'm trying to get you to sit down with them and just talk about getting them to open up. If you can get one-on-ones with them, I think you're going to get a good chance of getting them to open up and say what is really going on. Wes painted a pretty good picture for us on Wednesday at the Synergy session. And just to give it a shot, the Synergy session, if you haven't watched the Synergy session, you need to make sure you're doing that in the next couple days. It was absolutely fantastic in my opinion. But there was a lot of great stuff that came out of it. But one of the things that Wes talked about was the economic forecast for interest rates. It's definitely going to be volatile through the end of the year because of the election that's coming up and everything else with the inflation. But all the leading indicators are that the inflation is starting to tame, which will end up bringing interest rates down. And Bell is predicting interest rates between 4.5% to 5.5% for 2023. So that would be absolutely fantastic. I think we all could live with 5.5%, 5.75%. So the forecast for that looks pretty good. So back to the saying of marry the house and date the rate. Okay, right now he said they went from 7% down to 6.25% just in this week. So I don't know what a 10-1 arm is right now, or even a 7-1 arm, but if you can get something like that in the fives, it would definitely be worth it to lock that in. So talk to people about getting the house that they want right now. As you know, we're seeing inventory levels that are kind of sitting a little bit, so there could be some deals that are out there. If they come up with, well, if I refinance next year when interest rates drop, I got to pay closing costs. If they drop their interest rate 1% and they're on a $400,000 house, that's $4,000 a year in savings. Closing costs are going to be $4,000 or less. Okay, so they're going to pay for it in 1 year. So that's your comeback for that one. So right now, get them the house that they want. If you're not having luck finding the right houses, what I want you to do is I want you to start previewing some houses. Hopefully at this point you know exactly what they're looking for. Preview some houses. When you find that one, get a hold of them and say, I found your house. You need to come take a look at this, okay? Schedule a showing on that one and throw in another one or two on top of that. But get that very first one to them, the one that you preview that you think that it's a good one for them. Another good tip is if you've got a husband and wife that just aren't really coming up with agreement on what they want for the next house, set them up on their own search, okay? Make sure you include the other spouse in along with the search, but set them up on the two separate searches exactly the way they want it. And when you go out and do showings, make sure they understand, okay, this is Bill's search and this is Peggy's search, okay? And hopefully they can start coming together in exactly what they're looking for. This was an idea from Kim Kettler, so thank you, Kim, for sharing that one. So the biggest thing that you can do right now is be patient, give them some space, make sure you keep touching in, make sure that you're searching for houses. Don't just wait for them to find that house on their search that you've got set up. Go out, preview houses, find searches, dig around a little bit, look for different areas, change prices, do different things that you need to do in order to find some houses for them. But you're going to find the right house for them. They go take a look at it. You might get yourself a purchase agreement out of it. So there's my tip of the week. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.